Well, destiny is not just a destination where you need to get to. It's a position you take in life, and you have to take it. South Africa, at this moment, they're doing exactly that. They're putting it in their own hands, leading by 1-0. Thembi Kgatlana scoring her 8th goal of the finals in order to make sure that Banyana Banyana stand a chance. A favor's been done on the other side as well. We'll get to that in just a bit. It's 1-0 after 45 minutes at the Moulay Rachid training site, where Banyana Banyana, through Thembi Kgatlana, lead Burkina Faso. These is what it looks like on the stats at the moment. 59th position is what we have. We dominant in all the right places in the right times.
Yes, Andile, like we're keeping position very well, but I feel like with our midfielders, Unokolo no Linda, if they can try to play forward passes instead of when they receive the ball playing back, so it also delaying us going forward to get some goals.
It's 1-0 though. There's positivity to look at here, because when you look at this mini log that sits here, we come second, and it's the two teams that are first and second that go through. And Sira scoring the goal for Cote d'Ivoire, is second of the finals after scoring against Burkina Faso. She's a citizen now. She must come. It's okay. Yeah. She's done us the favor so far.
Yeah, Cote d'Ivoire doing a solid, definitely. But I think this is one of the best performances I've seen from a Banyana squad. Especially in the opening couple of minutes, you see the intention. Although there's seven shots, only one on target. That one was scored, but the one is important. But
here's the danger, and this is what you're talking about. Linda makes a back pass here.
Number one, Lapayana Andile, like this is two center back. Normally, one center back has to receive the ball, and other she has to cover. So both I feel like there was no communication there, because both two by Polinelli one.
And I think it also speaks about what Andisiwa said, the back passes. I understand that they were coming from the goalkeeper defending, or us then going, but maybe also a bit of communication. She had time. She could have done a diagonal pass instead of going straight back to our two rest defenses, who again weren't communicating.
There's one positive in the changes that were made in the starting 11, and Isabella Ludwig has been fantastic. The way she's holding the ball, the way she's playing off the ball, but she's also so busy.
I mean, like we know her from Hollywood. She's not even playing Kiposhina. She's a midfielder, but today she's playing as a striker. Look at, she's fighting everything up front there, making Thembi's job be easy. Ugu to Thembi maga receive it all, you must just do the last job.
And I think it just speaks about her versatility. You want players who you say play in this position, and you're doing it. I mean, when Izzy was still at JVW at the time, we used to joke and say, you know, because she's half German, she's a German machine, because she just is constantly working and constantly giving 110%, and this is what you need, especially playing a team like Burkina Faso, who are very, very physical.
Well, she's been fantastic in the position. Sometimes she's a 9, but you kind of feel like she's remembering her original positions, because you see her a lot in that midfield.
And also, she's very physical as well. She can compete against Burkina Faso players. Like, she's working very hard. She's up there and helping the midfielder as well. Like, she's giving...
and just disturbing that midfield sometimes. You need someone to just shake it up, you know. Sometimes Burkina Faso don't play that clean football. We've seen a lot with the East African teams. They play a very scrambled football. So you need someone to also just destabilize them a little bit, and Izzy's doing that.
Well, she is. And what you were saying a little bit earlier is that it allows then Thembi Kgatlana to have the freedom of the park, because she's so busy. They're watching her. Look at that. She drags 2 players away from her as she goes. By the time they realize where the ball's going, and they see her,
you know what I like about Thembi today? Thembi Momdlalisa is a 9. She doesn't want to sit up front there. But today she's very disciplined. Look at even the goal scorer. She was in between the center back. And when you are playing as a 9, for you to score a lot of goals, you must stay in between the center back, because you are confusing them. The other one doesn't know good, but if you are in front of the other center back, if Thembi can stay there, or if Isabella is there, or Thembi, we're going to get a lot of goals.
And the pass by Magama, sublime. I mean, unfortunately, Madina wasn't able to get that ball, but still, for her to pinpoint at Thembi behind the defenders, I think is a great pass from Magama.
Madina and Nina, they're bamboozled by that pass. Thembi Kgatlana scores her 8th goal of the finals. But take a look at this here, another opportunity. It's how nice it's all planned out here. The birthday girl lays it so nicely. Kodwa indlela ajike ngayo, man.
Yeah, you know, we when we saw Fifi standing over that ball, we thought this is her daily bread. But this play that they did, I mean, Magama literally holding about 4 defenders out so that they don't interfere with the play in that turn. I wish Tembi just connected that just a little bit better, you know, driving it on the ground. But it's a well-worked free kick. And
so you can't wait to talk about that one.
Like, also look at the way she received the ball and the turn, but now the problem, she leaned with the body. But imagine if the body over the ball, maybe ngabi hambe ngaphezulu kancane lapho goalkeeper yangena ngaphakathi.
That would have gone down. I mean, she scored some beautiful goals, including here, but that would have been one for the books if she had gotten that right.
Yeah. Oh, no, definitely. I think Tembi is on a mission. She wants to score the goals. And, I mean, by her performance, I'm pretty sure we'll see another goal coming soon.
As it stands at the moment, Banyana Banyana would be going through to the quarterfinals. Because remember, he kept Mr. Shilo ukuthi iqala nge-head-to-head. Inganandaba kwamanje ngoba ke i-Ivory Coast yawenza umsebenzi wayo ukuthi baqabule iTanzania. Okusho ukuthi ke phuma unumber 2 ngamaphuzu singakafiki ekuthini seku-head-to-head noma emagolini. Let's take a break. When we come back, do you do anything differently in the second half? And you got to start minding and thinking about Ludwig, the way she's running that first half. What's she going to be looking like in the second half? Plan B. Is it to come? What do we do better? It's 1-0 and it's all in South Africa's favor at the moment. We are going through to the next round if it ends like this. But I see the players are coming out. They're about to walk out. Do we do anything differently in the second half?
For the first 10 minutes, I think no. But the players that are playing, like Cresane, must give us more width because Ludwig is very good on heading so that we can cross left and right.
Look at that, the jovial mood. They must have heard in the change rooms that Ivory Coast is leading. That's why you're going to see them in the mood there. But they need to keep the pressure on. We need to make sure that we get perhaps another goal.
No, for sure. We need to minimize the mistakes. Cresane is losing a lot of the balls in the middle, but also Maponya sometimes is caught because she's a very left dominant player. So it's just making sure that if Maponya is coming up, Magama is there to cover and not both of them at the same time so that when we're caught in a counter, we left with, you know, Bambanani and Dlamini, and sometimes the communication not 100%. So we just need to be careful of that. But yes, definitely another goal.
Umdlalo umbonile laphana ke eWaBurkina Faso kuthiwa uKhongo. Unzima kabukabi uyena fanele bambuke kuyena futhi ke ocishe wabike ekhaya ebikela bona ke abaseBurkina Faso usenali igoli njengamanje. And we're speaking about mistakes, speaking about keeping the ball for perhaps a little bit too long from our players. I'm not sure what's going to happen in this half, but what I do know is that South Africa victory surely is certain. I need to hand you over to Advocate. I will tell you, Advocate.
So, kunzima onopepe nakhe ishaya intwaba yakhe othi ongapheli kuyahlola oyawuqeda umdlalo iningizimu Afrika iyangena kuma quarter finals.
I told you we could do it. I told you we could do it. And it's done. Banyana Banyana have made it to the next round. It is, of course, a sad one as you see Burkina Faso there. They're going to leave the Mullah Richard training site not in the mood they got in. But for us, South Africa, for Banyana Banyana, it's a hard-earned victory. It's a slight victory. It's not the victory we thought it would be with a lot of goals, but the Ivory Coast does the business for us, and we're through in second position to the next round. Guys, I'm not hearing the chutzpah here.
Sorry, I thought that's...
Yeah.
I didn't know it was my key. Yeah, no.
It's your cue.
No, I'm excited. I'm glad. First off, that first half performance by Banyana, that's what we need to be giving in this tournament. Especially now if we're going to go against Morocco, if they finish top of the group. So, no, happy.
Well, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about these history makers, about these great warriors, the South African women's national team. Well, here it is. It's a story of football. It's a flip of the coin. Sometimes it's the head, sometimes it's the tails. And when it is the tail, you tuck it in between your legs and you walk proudly home. But if it is the head, you lift it up to the skies and you celebrate, you praise, you sing, and you say thank you, as South Africa would have been done. But this right here is that moment there. It's well done to the teammates. It's a celebration that is loud. It is a celebration that is within. It is a celebration that will go on into the night. The other game is still ongoing, mind you. 2-1 is the score, and that's why you're seeing that. That's why you're seeing the South African players a little bit sober at the moment. Because anything can still happen. The other match is still ongoing. We thought it was over. We thought it was finished. But the Ivory Coast is still playing against Tanzania. We're going to be keeping that in top of our minds and just making sure that we're abreast with that. Because anything can happen there. It's 2-1 at the moment. I think there's 2-3 minutes still to play because there was a 9 minutes added on time.
Yeah, look, we've seen late goals time and time again in the WAFCON. So hopefully Ivory Coast can do South Africa solid and just hold it in there.
Hold on, just hold on.
Yeah, listen, Andile, it's not over until God says it's over. But I'm hoping we'll see, like, I don't think Tanzania will come back to Ivory Coast. They did the job for us, and I'm glad that we had to progress to the next stage.
It is over now. I've just gotten confirmation in my ear. It is over. Msewa scoring that goal for Tanzania, which keeps the hope alive there. They played an extra 10 minutes after 90 minutes, but it is over. So, Anisiwa, I'm going to bring it back to you. So now you can proper celebrate and have a big smile. This is your opportunity.
Yeah, but yeah. The good thing, we qualified for the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
But I think we need to be consistent, especially in the first half. The more we score, and look at the goals that we score in the first half, and then we come back on the second half. We not hunting for goals, but sifuna score more. So the earlier we score, it make Banyana Banyana easy than chasing our goals.
20th minute goal and then 17 minutes of no goals, but we held our defense. Thembi Kgatlana, ever the reliable, made sure that we get that goal. But let's take a look at what it looked like as far as that's concerned. Indira, you said earlier when we opened up the match that domination is going to be the thing. We need to be strong in the areas that we haven't been in our first 2 games.
No, for sure. What is concerning right now is the shots on goal is still on 1. If we want to make a mark, especially playing in the quarterfinals, we have to score more goals. We have to get more shots on target at least. So that's, for me, is a bit worrying. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more scoring shoes, but we did the job. Sometimes it's not going to be that we're going to get that opportunity.
And you see, it's alarming. 90 minutes. Upete or Ludwig, Upete or Kgatlana, Linda as well, the creative players that we've got held down the ball, that you only have 1 shot on target in that 90 minutes.
Look, Andile, I think if I was part of that team, I was a striker before, but a shot on target as a striker, but I was going to feel bad. So it shows you that maybe we are not clinical. It's not like we don't create chances, we do, but we need to be clinical in front of the goals. Also, going forward, I think we should go back to our formation as level, because namhlanje Burkina Faso, we didn't open them wide. I believe we should have get a lot of goals and going forward.
Well, let's just confirm those results for you, and just to make sure that we are through to the next round, just in case. Oh, there it is. Tanzania, they put up a good fight. So did Burkina Faso. Both these teams, of course, are teams that are still growing in women's football. As expected in this group, Côte d'Ivoire and South Africa through.
Yeah, look, I think Burkina Faso are hard done by, but I think they should take nothing away from a great performance. There's the squad that we really thought were going to just be walkovers, but what they've done, second WAFCON, and to produce these results, I mean, first win is they can really pat their backs, because they have a group of youngsters as well who can then continue the legacy of this team.
Uqale kahle uma uqale kanje uyakwazi ukuthi uthathe lento le wakhe kuyona uma uyiTanzania kakhulukazi ke uma uyiBurkina Faso.
Look, Andile, Tanzania iqale kahle, but to be honestly, I'm very happy about Burkina Faso. As I said before, Oguti, last WAFCON abayidlalile 2022, they went home with 1 point, but kulena namhlanje bahamba nge3 points. So as Indira mentioned, Oguti, it's a group of young players. They're going to grow, and also they have a core of players that are playing international. Yeah. Coming back to the next 2 or 3 years, there will be a better team.
Well, there's a lot that can be said about this game. I'm going to speak about the positioning of Ludwig to the next game to say, you know, if we had one shot on target and you had two strikers or one playing as a striker as well up front, did that work with the two of them up front as nines, or do we go back to the 4-3-3 that you mentioned? And also, the other big talking point is going to be in and around this moment right here. It is the controversy of this game in VAR. The Burkinabe are going to feel we deserved a penalty here, should have been a penalty here.
Yeah, I think Maponya is very lucky, and even before, just before we went into the second half, I did say Maponya needs to be careful because she's very left foot dominant, and here, I mean, she could have made it easy for herself, but I think she was so focused on just smacking it with her left foot that she just nicked the ball, and I think that extremely lucky. I'm glad it wasn't a penalty, but I think these are the things that they need to make sure going into the next game that they're rectifying.
You conceded 4 goals. Nothing in this game. The first one that you didn't, and you only scored 4 goals. Something's got to give.
And like in terms of like information, it doesn't win a game because it can change anytime, like any day. It doesn't matter who a player adalapi, but for us considering amagoza mangaka, I think we should have do better to the next quarterfinal, and like let's try, especially at the back. Like she's a left and but clearing the ball facing amagoza go left, obvious. Right wake. But if we can just fix it defense here to like sibe compact, a lot of communication, and simamelu goalkeeper magakuluma, then I don't think we'll consider Makula Manning.
And speaking about the goalkeeper, Kaylin, she could have easily been man of the match or the player of the match in this match.
For sure. She played a very crucial sweeper role. She came a lot of the times when our defense were caught, and she was able to do it. She did it in the Côte d'Ivoire game. There was a moment where she was able to keep the team still in the game. So great performance, and I think this performance even reminds me of the performance when South Africa played against Japan. Yeah. So it just shows the quality of Kaylin. She's a strong player. Her distribution is great. The times that she was picking Tembi up front, so she should be really happy with her performance today.
And there was an array, because Isabella as well could have been, you know, had she played long enough, Indira said, you know, she played only 64 minutes. Perhaps if she had played long enough, she could have been a player of the match as well.
Look, Anila, we're not taking anything away from Isabella. She did well. Like, we all know that she's a box-to-box player. But with Kaylin, look at the last 10 minutes of the game. The saves, like Burkina Faso was coming, the saves are Awenzile and trying to waste time, trying to keep Banyana Banyana in the game. And also, they say at football, if we can't get a goal, let's protect what we have. I think that's what Kaylin did.
Well, it wasn't the two of them. It was instead the goal scorer scoring her 8th of the WAFCON finals. The Tembi Khatana that wins the player of the match. Well earned as well.
Tembi, a very great performance today from Banyana Banyana. They knew what was at stake. Just how do you feel about that performance before we talk about your player of the match?
It was a really great team effort. I think in the history of South African football, this team always comes back to perform, and we knew how much it was important for us to first get this victory, and then we'll see everything that comes from it.
And your player of the match, what does it mean? I know you are a team player, but what does it mean to get this individual accolade?
For me, it's a boost. Personally, I started slow with the tournament as the 3rd game, and I think I'm getting my momentum. And thanks to my teammates, I don't think I would be here today if it wasn't for them, for their encouragement, all the challenges and difficulties we face every day in training. And this belongs to them more than it belongs to me.
A big match needs a big player, and she showed up. She was a big player. You know, I mean, there's still those things that we're going to look at and say, perhaps in the next game, let's tighten up here and there. But she was a handful. She was able to get us what we needed in this game.
Yeah, and that's what you need. Sometimes individual brilliance helps you win the games, and that's what Tembi did. The goal
That's
came
what
from...
Tembi keeps doing.
And what she keeps doing, 100%. The goal came from a mistake, and the thing is that, yes, we can say it was a mistake from Burkina Faso side, but it's her being alert at all times and being able to, you know, slot it in. It's clinical. So, yeah, congratulations to her. She also had a great performance, and rightfully so. I think she's starting to build a momentum as the competition is growing.
Well, let's take a quick break. When we come back, let's take a look at the talking points that made this match what it was. A thriller. It was sitting on the edge of your seat towards the last moments there, but Kaylin, ever so reliable defensively. Let's take a break. 90 minutes played between Banyana Banyana and the Burkina Faso. It ends 1-0. Tembi Kgatlana is the difference between the two, scoring in the 20th minute. But if you take it back to the beginning, when you saw the starting 11, there were changes that were made by coach Dr. Desiree Ellis, and one of them included Isabella starting the match.
Yeah, I think it was a great change. You can see Isabella was hungry to play. She hasn't started. I think it was her first start. And we know Isabella and her qualities is a hard worker, really put in the yards. And she really did. And she made Tembi's life a lot easier on the field.
And also in there with the subs of coming in as well, and in the middle of the park, it also helped us also going forward to penetrate the defense of Burkina Faso, right?
Well, there she is. I mean, she was a handful. But see, this is what I was talking about as far as positioning is concerned. You know, we're speaking about one shot on target. She was very busy, but not as much in the box, though.
I mean, maybe that's the game plan.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to be busy in the box. Let her be busy outside the box so that a Tembi and a Mahaya can be busy inside the box. We know that the strikers and the attackers that are scoring the goals are the Tembis and the Mahayas. So let Izzy do the work on the outside. Let her break play, let her disrupt, let her be the first to man mark and to be on top of the Burkina Faso players. And that's exactly what she did. She was phenomenal. She got an opportunity, I think, sometime in the second half. So close. Would have been great if she could have registered a goal. You know, we never know. Maybe she would have been player of the match. But, yeah, she should be very proud of herself.
So you're speaking about her versatility as well.
And also, Andile, remember, Burkina Faso midfield. For her, I would say be part of that midfielder. You have to cut the supply. And also, she was winning a lot of amapola for South Africa in the middle. And also, Masi Ateka, you will find her in the box as a second striker as well. I think she added a lot of impact on that field.
Very disruptive on that field. I mean, allowing Tembi Kgatlana to be free. And that's what we're talking about. Tembi Kgatlana then goes and scores the goal in the first half, 20th minute, her 8th of course, but it's the one that she scored before this that we thought would mean the most. But this one right here, still, what a cracker. Individual brilliance is what you called it. Yeah,
no, definitely. I think Magama's pass, I think, was sublime. To pick Tembi in between those players, I think, was really great. Unfortunate or fortunate for South Africa, you know, Madina missed that completely, but just to be alert at all times, you know, because sometimes when you see the defenders going for the ball, as an attacking player, you tend to stop and you know, not go for it. So she went all out, and yeah, well done to her and getting that goal.
And also in there, look at Makaya's position. She's on the side. And we mentioned first off, if Banyana can give us width, and the ball went to Makama, and Makama put it inside the box, and the defense make mistakes, and then Tembi, that's where she get the goal. So we score a lot of our goals with national team. Sifaka cross phakathi boxing.
The VAR moment that nearly changed the match and upset Banyana Banyana. It was a victory at all costs. A draw would have not been enough. And Umabonya, who, I mean, had a decent game, especially that first half. You saw a lot more of her. Very lucky here.
Yeah, very lucky. And again, we speak about those critical stages, couple of seconds into the second half. And that's where we need to make sure that we are switched on at every point. First 15, last 15. Yeah, just a nick there. And that's what saved Maponya from, you know, getting that penalty. But I don't know, some will say it was supposed to be a penalty, but the laws of the game is the laws of the game, right?
And they always change, so we don't know the real laws of the game. But to be honestly, I have a problem with the defenders that marking their poles, because I always, you need to see your right shoulder, Indira, and your left shoulder when you're a defender. You can't be like facing forward. And for the defender facing the goal, which is like she's flat-footed, and remember she's facing her goals, and also she's a left foot. And for her to clear the ball, the only way she has to clear out to making it a corner or play it back to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, or could have been an own goal.
Yeah.
Could have. But she had a good game defensively. One half of the duels that she was involved in, 6 out of the top. But it's the tackles where she was the best. 5 tackles, and she won all 5 of them. She was able to get away with that. In the 53rd minute is this moment right here that we're talking about. It's Banyana Banyana attempted to go forward. Tembi, Bella then comes across there. This is the moment that you're talking about.
Yeah, no. Amo came in and she slotted right in. She knew what her mandate was. And what a beautiful pass. I mean, Tembi also timing a run. As an experienced attacker, you bend your run just a little bit. But those are the one-touch plays that I think from a Banyana side they need to do a lot more of. That way they eliminate the defenders a lot quicker. But unfortunate that Izzy couldn't get her boot to that.
The nice thing about watching that is almost the way we can brag about our bench, because our bench really came alive here. When Amo came on, you could see the difference. Although she was replacing a player that you might have thought, hey, you know, I need you to be a lot stronger here. But when she came on, she set the scene alight. She was playing forward passes.
Listen, Andile, when you are a player sitting on the bench, you have to watch the game. And coach Magakchincha, you can't repeat the same mistake about player. But the good thing that I like Ayenzilo, winning the ball from the left side and opening the body, playing in between the defender for Ulanoza Umakaya. And look, Isabella Shem, he's one of the players that score a lot of goals in Hollywood. We know that. But I believe Gule across Lega Tembi, we only had Isabel. If we had like more numbers with Hilda on the other side adding the number, we should have maybe get a goal.
Well, let's talk about the player of the match, the goal scorer, the reason we're going through to the next round. Yes, it's a collective thing, but individual brilliance is something that she's always going to be giving you. Ever so busy. Tembi Khatlana, I mean, 2 shots, only 1 on target from those 2 shots, 2 key passes, and both of them a little whirlwind, but nonetheless, whenever she's on the field, there's still hope.
Yeah, I think it speaks to her demeanor, her character. If you know Tembi, you know Tembi's a hard worker. I personally know her, and I know that she puts 150% in everything that she does. She scrutinizes herself, but goes out and you know, continues delivering. And I think unfortunately, we only had 1 shot on target, but it was the probing, and it's getting better as the games are going by, because if we have to meet Morocco in a couple of days to come, we need a Tembi to be 150% on the field. So well done on a goal, and I foresee more goals, potentially against Morocco. But yeah, I think it just speaks on her experience and what she's done abroad.
I mean, Andile, must be honest, Utembi, he play Elton Nukata in, the shoot, and look at the goal. She was coming from the left, cutting in to take a shot on the far post. And also with Mauno Tembi Pambile, you know you're gonna get goals. Like she's a queen of goals.
I mean, you almost wanna give her a license to do some of the things that she does when she's seen to be selfish with the ball sometimes. You almost want to say it's okay for what then she goes and delivers. You know, find your point, go at it until you find what it is you need. Because you look at the last match, you know, that free kick, she misses that and it's, see, here, she could have passed. This moment again, it's like, you almost want to give her that license.
Yeah, when you're a player like Tembi and you know that you're going to score for your team, it's okay to be selfish. And I mean, as attackers, Andisiwa, you'd know, as an attacking player, there are moments that you just want to, you know, show your brilliance sometimes. So we can give her the pass. She did what she needed to do today, and she delivered for the team. And I really hope that she can do the same in the next games.
I mean, there was a beautiful moment in the first half as well with the birthday girl, the captain of Refugio, and her in the free kick. And I think that's where you begin to see how much of a quality player she is. The way she turns away from an entire defense behind her to get the shot in. Ushilo ukuthi ke hayi cha yena usuke wabuka isibhakabhakeni ngabe uthe kancane ngabe sikhulume enye into.
Look, Andile, uyabona ukuthi leya free kick leya into eba practice ejimini because we hardly see uFifi adlala ama-shot free kick. We seem to look ukuthi my free kick lapha uzoyishaya straight to the goalkeeper, but that was a good one and a good receive from Utembi. As ngishilo ukuthi maybe if kancane like pouring over the ball, he should have like gone straight to the post.
But it just shows also the technicality of Tembi to be able to turn so quickly in that short space of time to eliminate the defenders as well. I mean, it speaks about her experience and how good she is. It's unfortunate, like Andisiwe said, should have been, body over the ball, full laces. I think it would have been a spectacular goal.
We'll be speaking about it for a long time to come, that one. Yeah? But also, it was a momentous occasion for two players, of course, receiving their 50th cap, Salgado as well as Magaya, who then come on to get their 50th cap. Take a look at that. It's always so great to see this. It's a beautiful moment when you see players that have worked so hard get this accolade. Yeah,
it's actually so crazy. It's like only because I feel like there's been so many games and
and they've been around for so 100%. Long. Yeah.
But no, it's well deserved for both players. Both players have come up the ranks of HPC, have been in the youth development structures in the national teams, and now in the senior national team. I think it's a testament of the hard work that they've put throughout the years. I would love to see Gabriela Mudli Salgado also go overseas and apply her trade and give her experience overseas, and hopefully Mahaya goes overseas as well. I know she's back for a bit, unattached, but hopefully after this tournament she gets to go.
And also in there, I think it also motivates Salgado because she's coming from the injury and coming back to play a WAFCON and make 50 caps on this stage critical stage where they have to play to win and get to the next stage.
Akasibona ke imidlalo ezobe ikhona ke kusasa kuba ukuthi kunika imidlalo nsuku zonke lokho usuku la ungatholi khona umdlalo sinikeze bemibili futhi namhlanje ku-SABC2 nawo SABC3 na ku-SABC Plus futhi ke back nomdlalo nange weekend sobe sinike MTN sinika futhi ke nemidlalo yayi WAFCON izibe mine nge-weekend. Take a look at that. Egypt versus Nigeria tomorrow. Nigerians, as much as they've recovered slightly from their opening match, they're going to need to now start, getting into second, third, and fourth gear.
Yeah, look, it was an unusual start for Nigeria. I think they got a big fat wake-up call when they saw Malawi, trampling all over them. But I mean, that's what makes the tournament exciting. Nigeria, I see them going through. Definitely, I don't think there would be a competition without Nigeria, in the quarterfinals at least. But yeah, I think Egypt's. A hard tournament for them.
But this was also a tough group because Zambia and Malawi are also in this group, and that's the other match you're going to be seeing.
Yeah, it was a tough group indeed, Andile. But with Nigeria coming back from losing the first game and win the second game, it was a good fight for them. It shows you good thing I'm a defending champion tournament.
This is going to be a great game. I can't wait to see this game because Malawi have been fantastic. The neighbors in Zambia, of course, perennial winners on the continent, and they're known. They got the big names. Got the sisters this side. You got Banda this side. I think it's going to be one of the better games that we've seen so far.
No, definitely. I think both COSAFA teams. I think we can be proud from a COSAFA region that we're having these teams, compete on such a stage. But definitely, I mean, the Chawinga sisters have been absolutely phenomenal. Temwa, with her stats and her scoring that she's doing there in the NWSL. But Barbara Banda and Kundananji really do have to also step up. They also haven't had quite the tournament that they want, but that's a do or die for them.
I mean, it's a Nigeria match more than anything because Malawi already sitting on 6 points, right?
Yep.
And they play a Zambia that's on 3 points. So a draw for them, they're more than enough. But Nigeria against Egypt with 3 points and 0. Egypt have nothing to pay for. Absolutely nothing to play for. They know that 3 points could and could not, so they'll go a little gung-ho, but they've lost against the other two. So it's going to be a little bit difficult as far as that is concerned there. So we're going to be watching that with all eyes. Hey, Happy Women's Month. Happy Women's Month, guys.
Thank you.
Eh?
Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Bonga kakhulu. That's right. Well, the flowers. Now I must go at night to get
Bonga
flowers.
kakhulu.
Yeah? Say that again. Let's say it right.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
There we go. Albuquerque. We're going to give you Tagazelo next.
Yeah.
We're going to get out of here. Thank you so much. It's good to see you on your debut, Anisiwe. It was great to have you. Hopefully, you can come back for the rest of the tournament.
Okay.
Ever so shy. Thank you for staying up to support Banyana Banyana. Tomorrow, let's support them. Let the world know. Let the country know that they've done something special. A present for Women's Month. And it comes from women who've done it their way. Pela. And so
kunzima onopepe nakhe ishaya intwaba yakhe othi ongapheli kuyahlola oyawuqeda umdlalo iningizimu Afrika iyangena kuma-quarter finals.
I told you we could do it. I told you we could do it. And it's done. Banyana Banyana have made it to the next round. It is, of course, a sad one as you see Burkina Faso there. They're going to leave the Mullah Richard training site not in the mood they got in. But for us, South Africa, for Banyana Banyana, it's a hard-earned victory. It's a slight victory. It's not the victory we thought it would be with a lot of goals, but the Ivory Coast does the business for us, and we're through in second position to the next round. Guys, I'm not hearing the chutzpah here.
Sorry. I thought that's,
Yeah.
I didn't know it was my key. Yeah, no.
It's your cue.
No, I'm excited. I'm glad. First off, that first half performance by Banyana, that's what we need to be giving in this tournament. Especially now if we're going to go against Morocco, if they finish top of the group. So, no, happy.
Well, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about these history makers, about these great warriors, the South African women's national team.